Fairhaven Rescue Mission, men, women, and children. I filmed the other day. When we later, that evening, went down to the Fairhaven Rescue Mission itself, Randy Wallace and myself, from Oak Ridge Baptist Church, went down and sang to the men every fourth Friday for 30 years. Independence, Covington, next right. Fort Wright, Kentucky. WIOK 107.5 FM on the radio station.
This Memorial Day, President Trump, speaking earlier from Arlington National Cemetery, had strong praise for those who protected this country.
And that's what they are, as great warriors, picked up their mantle of duty and service, knowing that to live for others meant always that they might die for others. They knew that they asked nothing for it. They gave everything. And we owe them everything and much, much more.
Vice President Vance and Defense Secretary Hegseth appeared with the President at Arlington National Cemetery. President Trump growing increasingly unhappy with Russian President Putin and his country's punishing war against Ukraine. White House correspondent Greg Clugston with this report.
As the Trump administration tries to secure a ceasefire, the President isn't hiding his frustration with Vladimir Putin.
I don't like what Putin is doing, not even a little bit. He's killing people. And something happened to this guy, and I don't like it.
He said he's always gotten along with Putin, but he's unhappy about the constant Russian rockets hitting Ukraine.
Absolutely, we all should be unhappy with him. Shame on the Russians' leader. He's not a leader, he's a dictator.
Consumer News, the public supermarket chain is recalling fruit
and an evil one at this point.
Because testing found elevated levels of lead. Publix recalled Greenwise pear, kiwi, spinach, and pea baby food sold in 4-ounce plastic pouches. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration posted the recall notice. The pouches were sold in more than 1,400 stores. The contamination was flagged by officials in North Carolina.
Pew Research Center finds 27% of religiously affiliated Americans say they believe.
We could come back to McDonald's, the place I started my work
25% of white mainline
in Erlanger.
And 34% of black Protestants. Women are more likely than men to believe in astrology, liberals more than conservatives. Michael Harrington, SRN News.
The leader of an Eastern European neo-Nazi group has been extradited to the U.S. from Moldova.
The company says around 1,200 of the pink slips will go to workers in Sweden.
Yeah, we lost our place there.
Consultants, mostly in Sweden, are also slated for elimination.
It'd be nice if they rebuilt it.
Losses will come at the expense of American workers. 800 employees at several U.S. plants will be laid off. Most of the job cuts are white-collar office positions. Volvo's payroll totals 42,600 employees. Rich Thomason, Washington.
Here's our little garden, 7-mile garden here.
Birds and other wildlife off the runway at West Virginia's busiest airport. Hercules and Ned. They make daily patrols with their handler to keep planes and passengers safe along the mile-long airfield at West Virginia International Yeager Airport. More on these stories at SRN News.
The land we donated to the city of Erlanger to have that little park there.
WIOK, Falmouth, Cincinnati. 107.5, Tri-State Gospel.
570 Southern Kentucky Gospel, WIDS, Russell Springs, Jamestown.
And WIDS rebroadcasting on W240DB, Russell Springs, Kentucky. 95.9
Very
FM.
safe here.
According to Revelation, God's judgments on the earth are laid out in a scroll with 7 seals. As that final seal is opened, the trumpet judgments as he continues the series.
Forest Lawn Cemetery,
Listen now as David
where Mom and Dad are buried, and Jay and Barb are buried.
And thank you so much for joining us today. We're studying the book of Revelation. I was thinking about
The old house is gone and been replaced by a little cottage.
Have ever been in a church where your pastor went through the whole book of Revelation verse by verse? I'd almost guess not many. And believe it or not, I did that. I took 42 Sunday nights and taught the book of Revelation from the front end to the back. And everybody said, "You're going
Looks
to
like they're passing out something here, huh?
And the result was exactly the opposite.
Hello.
We had overflowing crowds.
Happy Memorial Day.
To you.
Thank you.
This is a survey
Okay.
letting us know how we're doing. If your loved one's site needs any attention, you can indicate that on there with their name and the issue.
Okay.
It's also a chance to win one of our wreaths. We'll take the card and the pen on your way out.
Okay.
The flyers are pre-planning specials. that we
And
have
what's
on
your
our
name
website.
for our television show? What's your name?
Melissa.
Melissa, and this is Dr. John Stephenson and June Geiman-Stephenson,
Nice
former
to meet you both.
Superintendent of Education for the state of Kentucky.
Well, thank you for your service.
And our mom and dad is here, and my brother-in-law and sister's here.
All right.
And my best girlfriend's over here.
Well, if you guys don't already have places close, we can help you find them.
Okay.
Well,
thank
God
you.
bless you. Thank you now.
Bye.
Pictures and metaphors. There are bolts, and there are seals, and there are trumpets. And as you get to the end of one of the series of judgments, out of the 7th one of those, the next 7 follow. For instance, today we're going to finish up our discussion on the 7th seal. But out of the 7th seal comes the 7 trumpets. It's like an expanding horn or expanding fan. It just keeps going, and obviously as it goes, each of these judgments gets worse as the judgment comes upon the earth during the tribulation period. We'll get to this lesson in just a moment, but first, before I forget it, let me remind you that during this month we have a very special resource for those of you who will help us with the gift to Turning Point. We have a great
Mom and dad are right up there on that little hill.
an emotional book that teaches you the truth behind end time.
You can go back to that little street right there.
About a specific prophecy, what the prophecy
can.
means, where it is in the Bible, and how it affects you in your life.
Looks like we
This
can.
book is available
Yeah.
only through Turning Point. You won't find it in bookstores. You can get your copy for a gift of any size.
And Barb and Jay are on the right.
When
Yep.
you ask for it. That's right. Send your gift and please ask for this resource, and we'll send it to
Oh,
you.
they closed that road off, John.
Thank you
Yeah.
for your support. Let's get started with the 7th seal.
Now, is this too much for you to do?
No. No, but I don't know if he's going to leave or not. Should I pull up next time?
Yeah, I'd pull up. Well, I'd pull up right behind him. Let him go out how he wants to.
I can pull up next time.
Judy and Larry West out there, where June is right now. Great team of people, lawyers and judges. Judy West. Wonderful son, Jim West. Barbara and Jay Brandner, my sister and brother-in-law, World War II veteran on the USS Swanee. Best friend lost his life there, Johnny Bianco, hit by 2 kamikazes in the Battle of Leyte Gulf. And my sister Barbara, teacher at St. Henry's in Erlanger, A.J. Linneman School for many, many years, taught and gave her life to the Lord for teaching. Well, right now, Miss June is overlooking
Louder. Oh, wait. I'll put it on speaker.
Okay, right now,
Now I can hear you.
Miss June is walking over the Forest Lawn Cemetery, looking at Mom and Dad's gravesite.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's walking over there.
She's walking over there right now. She just finished walking on Barbara and Jay's over on the other side. Now she's hunting for Mom and Dad's, but she's down a little too far, I'm afraid.
It isn't easy to find them if you haven't been there in a
No,
while.
well, I can't get out and walk around, unfortunately, but with my legs the way they are. But she's walking around, and she'll find it. As soon as she looks up here, I'll motion her to come back up further.
How you feeling?
Well, I'm exhausted. We went over to the grave sites over in Campbell County for Jimmy Geiman Jr. and then Joanne, June's sister, and then her mom and dad. We went to their grave sites there at St. Stephen's, and she's looking for it.
I'm so sorry it's not coming through, Johnny.
Oh, you can't hear me? Okay.
Sounds like the computer.
I'm going to get closer to the phone. See if that's better. Can you hear me now?
No, it's just not coming through.
And so I thought,
Your voice is sounding.
well, let me see if I can make mine on. How would I do that?
I hope you can hear.
I can hear you okay. So, but anyway, I just wanted you to be able to be a part of what we were doing today. My little sister Judy Lynn Stevenson Felty, another school teacher in the first grade, and June's looking all over, but I need a motion for her to come back up the hill. She's down way too far. Down way too far. It's hard to find them when they don't have tombstones and just the plaques, you know. Are you still there?